Welcome to the Pursuit of Coconuts. Boniek is showing me what Desperas and Fiesta means to the local people here.
Vísperas or dísperas, borrowed from the Spanish vísperas, refers to the pre-fiesta or pre-feast day of celebration. It signifies the start of the evening festivities and encompasses cultural and religious elements, fostering a lively and vibrant gathering that brings joy and a sense of community to the celebration.
So as I learn the food, culture, and traditions, so that way I can connect with the people to create a successful social enterprise by really serving the people, he's showing me what Desperas is. And this is the first dish, thank you Frankie, that is coming out. And this is called basoy's. First meal that gives them energy to make the rest of the stuff all day. And they'll be cooking for over 15, 16 hours today until tonight. And then tomorrow is where the fiesta and they feed the whole village. I will be taking a taste of this and I try not to burn myself. Ooh, it's just a little knuckle or a piece of bone from the rib. And you got the cabbage. This is 2 inches by 3 inches of pure fat and skin. So salted pig skin and salted fat. This goes into a big, big giant pot, and this is gonna turn into humba, is my guess. Yes, humba. Constant monitoring because you've got the fire going, you got to stoke the fire, there's no controls, it's not gas. I feel like the fire from the wood gets absorbed into the food and the smoke, so this type of cooking beats the kitchen for me because I love firewood cooking all day.
Consisting of succulent pork belly pieces simmered in a delectable blend of soy sauce, vinegar, sugar, and aromatic spices, this dish is renowned for its harmonious balance of sweet and savory flavors, tender meat, and luscious, flavorful sauce. Yum.
This is a traditional way of cooking rice. They boil the water first and then they sprinkle the rice. No need to clean. They're gonna eat with all the starch and get fulfilled. The pots are going, hot fires. Fire is blazing, and they just pour in the water into the boiling water, and that'll make sure that the bottom doesn't get burnt, and the rice gets fully cooked and fluffy. So I learned this style on the last video that we shot, which was the goat video. So this is pretty cool. If you haven't seen the goat video, check it out. Here's the link.
Showcases succulent pork pieces stewed in a luscious tomato-based sauce, accompanied by potatoes, carrots, and bell peppers. It is a popular choice for fiesta celebrations and gathering, symbolizing the warm essence of Filipino cuisine.
So this is one station. This is the menudo. Small pieces of pork cut into pieces. They added all the flavorings. I'm not exactly sure what's in there, but there's some red coloring to it. So we'll kind of give you a rundown once Boniek, the Sherpa, kind of goes over it with me. I see tomatoes, bell peppers, carrots, tomato sauce. This is probably where the redness comes in. Look at that. So one of many dishes, menudo. This is a special treat for us, and I'm really thankful to be invited because pork, whole pigs aren't celebrated at every house. They buy what they can afford. And the crazy thing that I just learned is that during Fiesta, people ball out of control, and that's the time that they celebrate and even go in debt. And even if they can't afford it because they're a poor family, they would get a piece of meat, put it on lending, and put it on a layaway, or not even a layaway plan, they would just buy it on credit, and then they would be paying that back throughout the whole year, even if it's just a small portion of meat to have for Fiesta.
All right, this one was a new one for me, the pig's brain. I know nothing gets left to to waste. And so they wrap the pig's brain in banana leaves, get it warm enough where it's not cooked, but just warm and still pink and still raw.
All right, he said get the brain. That's been sitting out. All right, here we go, the brain. All right. Creamy, mushy. It's good. Salt, pepper. La uja, which is pork with the bones and everything, is cleaned up, and then it's marinated with some salt, and then they dip it in the soy sauce, garlic, onions, and it looks like they've got some herbs and spices in there also. And so they take that, dip it, and then throw it in the pot. And then they're going to put that on another fire. So everything is wood fire cooked. Pretty interesting way of cooking here. Dipping instead of adding while you're cooking the marinade. June 5th, quick updates at the aquaponic farm. The 5 first aquaponic beds for the planters are now poured. So now it's just skim coating and waterproofing the inside and finish up the plumbing. We finally found the pumps, finalized some things on the plumbing. I'll actually be working hand in hand with the crew here to do the plumbing just because the plumber didn't have the details figured out and couldn't figure it out. So I'm actually gonna jump in here and be a part of the crew this coming week here. So finally set. You guys can check out some shots of the ponds real soon here. And once we start waterproofing this baby, we'll be able to fill this up, do what they call the French drains in the middle to spread the water out evenly. We'll fill it up with some rocks and we'll start cycling real soon here. Another special dish that I didn't expect to be here, but they have water buffalo, which they call the local carabao. And Lobok is specifically known for having carabao dishes at Fiesta. So this is actually carabao intestines. They open it up and you can kind of see it looks like almost like a little plant, but this is the stomach lining. And then they've got the liver, all the intestines. Look at that. That's the stomach and still smells very fresh. And so there is a dish they call kinalawin. So kilawin. Really interested to see what's going in here, and I'm really curious about how this is going to taste. Carabao, water buffalo, intestine dish.
With a tangy marinade of vinegar, onions, ginger, chilies, spices, and fresh carabao blood, whether enjoyed raw or lightly cooked, kilawin delights the palate with its refreshing and vibrant taste, making it a must-try during Fiesta celebrations in the Philippines.
All right guys, this is crispy pata, one of my favorites. So they pretty much take the whole joint leg on the bottom of the pig's leg and they cut them into these big pieces. They boil it down. They've got calamansi, garlic, and onions. And they're gonna heat this up again with the wood. Everything's cooked. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stations cooking at the same time. Some salt, and once this gets boiling, they're gonna take it out of the boil and then they're gonna deep fry it. So super crispy skin. And it just becomes some of the best food, dipped in soy sauce and vinegar and chili, and is the best to eat. And then after that, it's also great to re-warm up and have with beer. It's just a great all-around go-to dish for me.
Deep fried pork legs with the golden, crunchy exterior and tender, succulent meat. That's crispy pata. From Basoy, Humba, pork menudo, kilawin, and crispy pata is now to introduce the star of the fiesta, the lechon. Experts cook to achieve a crackling, golden brown skin while maintaining a tender, succulent meat within. Their irresistible aroma and mouth-watering flavors of lechon baboy make it a centerpiece of any celebration, embodying the spirit of joy, abundance, and culinary excellence. Lechon baboy is truly crowned jewel of every fiesta in the Philippines.
I think all Filipinos know
Yeah.
about lechon.
But different way to how to prepare.
Yeah, but even on like the best food review show, like Mark Wines and stuff like that, the ones that they go to in like Manila and stuff, they put soy sauce and then they base it on the outside with soy sauce too. Lobok style, guys.
Skilled hands meticulously sew it together using a sturdy cooking twine. This technique not only helps to maintain the pig's shape, but also ensure even cooking and flavor distribution.
So what'll happen, because this is sealed up with the meat going like this, when it cooks, it'll fuse the meat even together even more, and the liquids just be trapped inside, rotating inside, just kind of marinating with the juices. They're washing it with cocoa water. Oh, ooh, good catch. Cocoa water. So that way it has a little bit of flavor and also get washed up. One of these guys right here.
Fiesta holds true to all the tradition of foods. In this household, they also prepared whole fried native chickens, buttered shrimp, loraka, which is a fried pork strip, dinuguan, and fried pork ribs, just a variety of old and new mixed together, making it a time of celebration.
OMG, this is a lot of different dishes.
OMG.
So this is Despras, and some of the family and friends are already here. They're having dinner inside. We snuck out and took a little bit of a few of the dishes. There's still more coming. And this is not even Fiesta. And this is not just limited to Fiesta. There can be other varieties. But at today, the common things that we had to grab are right here in front of us. We're missing the lechon, and that's back there, and we're waiting for them to carve it. So Despras, I feel like Despras is Fiesta.
Yeah.
So go through this for me and name every single one of them.
Okay, so we're going first to this. This is, we call it lauja. And then this is kilawin. And then this is the ribs part of the, like the pork. And then, yeah, you know, shrimp and humba.
Humba. Now, I think every party has humba.
Yeah. And then this is what we call crispy pata.
Crispy pata.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
And dinuguan.
These two are similar but different because they cook it differently, and you can see this one has the oil of the pig.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start. I'm gonna go and just go in random order, eat, and I'll give you guys a little. This is gonna be a long review, I feel like, so I'll try to go as fast as I can. All right, pig dinuguan, which is pig blood, intestines, and head all mixed in with a very well cooked blood. This is just fresh. This is the last dish that they finished off
Yeah, just for today.
because they used the pig for the lechon, which was the last pig that was harvested to make this. All right, check this out. You gotta get a little rice on there.
Rice is life.
Deep flavor. The dinuguan is definitely salty. The oil just seeps right in. The blood is kind of all over the place, meaning like it didn't chunk up. It's just like a cream that's on top of it.
Because they cook it very well.
Yeah, so they cooked it very well. Let me try again.
So, you know, I think you like it.
You can get the liver. I didn't get any head pieces on that. On the first one, I had a crunch. Delicious. The ribs. Okay. So they boiled these ribs first,
Yeah. And
then took it out. They seasoned it, boiled it, took it out, battered it, and fried it.
yes.
and it made it very, very tender. That's good. That's good finger food. Kilawin, because I have that flavor
the taste.
very close, so I want to see the difference in this. So this is the water buffalo, and you can see the comb of the stomach still there. It looks like little fur, but that's the stomach. You can see the little chunks that are a little bit harder. Very different flavor. Jalapeno,
So this
More
one
herbs.
is more sour.
more ginger, a lot more chewy. Like, not as tender. It's got a big bite and chew. Delicious. And this one is the
Lauja.
lauja. Meat's a lot more tender than I thought it was gonna be on that one. Good flavor. It's not as salty and seasoned. That's really good. That one I think I can eat a lot more of. All right, the famous
It's the humba.
humba. All right,
Humbang baboy.
I really got to get a good piece here because this one is the perfect piece to me. You got the skin, you got an inch of fat, and you got some meat. Sometimes you don't get all the meat on it.
Just fat.
Sometimes you just get the fat, but this piece is the ultimate piece here.
Wow.
That is melted.
So tender.
So they fried that,
yeah. Like
render
that.
all the oil out, and then they put it back in and stew it. So now it is just as soft as butter. You literally can, it's like the texture of a banana. Not too soft where it's a mushy banana, but like a firm banana. Delicious. All right, the shrimp.
Shrimp.
Gotta put the utensils down. All right, I'm gonna just go the whole shell and legs to get the full flavor. I'm not gonna take that off. Garlic, butter, very seafood dish. Onions.
The crispy pata.
Now they call this crispy pata because and the meat is also cooked to a crisp. Look at that. So I'm gonna get a piece of the meat. Look at that.
Looks like chicharron.
And then I'm gonna put it together, dip it in this vinegar.
Wow.
Crispy, umami, full of just meat flavor. Pre-boiled, deep fried, soaks up the vinegar. I don't even know how they eat. I mean, if you had a spoonful of all this, you'll get full. I can go back for second, third, fourth. It's fiesta time. Eat, drink, be happy the whole time, all day, all night. We just did a taste test. Amazing, crazy how much work goes into all this, how much food is being prepared for the pre-fiesta. It's not even fiesta yet, it's despras. But anyways, we thank you for celebrating this fiesta with us and joining us on this pursuit of coconuts. We are more than just a vlog. I've enrolled Bonyek to teach me about the traditions, the food, and the culture over here, so that way I can better know the people that I plan to serve through the aquaponic farm, the social enterprise looking to empower and help low-income farmers build better livelihoods for themselves. So we're thankful. Please like, subscribe, comment. If you want to see some other cool stuff that happens in the Philippines, let us know and we'll hunt it down for you. My Sherpa knows everybody and anyone, and if he doesn't, he'll find out what to do. So thank you guys for following us on the Pursuit of Coconuts.
Thank you.
Pursuit of Coconuts Philippine, if you want to see the Filipino version in Bisaya,
Bisaya.
which is the central part language of mostly everybody speaks Bisaya in the Philippines. They're lucky if they speak Tagalog. So thank you guys
Thank you.
and happy fiesta.